get drunk.
Good day everybody and welcome at E36 vlog 46, 330i brake swap and bedding in brakes. Well guys, I just had to make an emergency stop. So that means that the brake swap and the bedding in of the brakes went fine. Like you have seen in my previous movie, this is the E46, it's my daily car and I'm only swapping the 330i big brakes on the front. On the rear I bought new OEMs just from the 320i ones. On the E36 it's similar. I'm going to swap the front and also the rear there. It's a little bit more difficult, but I explain to you guys later. So for now, what did I do? I sprayed the brake calipers in Titan Silver. The color code is on my previous movie. I also resprayed the discs. Don't go spray your whole discs, that's crazy. What you should do is paint a little bit over the edge, as you're going to show a movie of it now. And when you bed in your brakes, the lines is going to be in there perfectly. Like I said before, it's plug and play. The only thing is you need to put your how do you call that, the brake wear indicator of a 330i on the E46 and also on the E36, because it's a little bit bigger on the brake pads, but that's also plug and play. That's the only thing that you have to change also, and of course bigger disc and other brake pads. I choose for brake pads from ATA, the more expensive one. That's a little bit less dust. Well, I don't know if I have it here. Yes, I just bought some professional wheel cleaner. It's very aggressive stuff. I think detailers are using it. I just cleaned the wheels with it and everything gets off perfectly. The thing is, you shouldn't get it too long on your wheels, because it's eating up your clear coat. But if you get it off, it's going to be just fine. So the new brakes are on. Cleaned my my wheels, and yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to show you the movies now. So that's about swapping the front 330i big brakes on the front, and also how to bed in your brakes the right way, and that's very important. That's not only important for yeah, how long your brakes are going to last, but also like 50% better for your brake power. So that's the thing you should do. If you don't do it because you have to race with your car, fine, but be aware that your brakes are going to wear out earlier, and you don't have 100% yeah, performance of your brakes. So enjoy the movies, and I talk to you guys later. Okay guys, I've got pressure on the brake pedal, so that means most of the air is out, and it also means that I didn't kill all the brake fluids in the reservoir. If you do that, you need to put your car on the computer to get the ports open, to put the air out of your brake cylinders, your head cylinder. That's not the case now, so that means it didn't flush all the way, it's only to the brake lines. But I have brake power, so that's okay. The main thing when you start driving your car and you have to bed in your new brake pads and your new brake discs. The most common mistake is that people drive really slowly and keep pressure on the brake a little bit, and they keep holding that on for a few seconds. Well, that's not the best thing you can do. Of course, don't brake too hard, but try to brake, let loose of the brake, brake again, let loose of the brake. It's a little bit weird for the cars behind you, but that's the way to bed in the brakes and the brake pads the first moments. So that's what I'm doing now. Also a thing with painting your brake rotors, your brake discs. You have to paint a little bit over the edge, and when you start braking, the paint gets off and it gets a nice line. This is not the E36, my daily, so I don't mind so much, but it's painted. So what I'm going to do now is brake a little bit, drive slowly, and like I said, brake, let loose of the brake, and brake again. That's the way you should start with the bedding in. So I'm going to brake again and then show you some pictures or a movie about how the brakes looks. They are a lot of bigger. I can already feel the difference now. So it's not only a cosmetic enhancement, but also for the performance, and that's why I did it. I didn't change the rear brakes into 330i brakes, but that's okay. Like I said before in my future movies, 70% is on the front. So if you do it for your performance, only do the front. The rear is a lot more difficult, and that's not necessary. But I'm going to do that on the E36. For now, I'm going to keep on braking and talk to you guys in a minute. Okay guys, pay attention. This is how I bed in my brakes. When you will search the internet, you will find different advices. I read a lot of them and I tried a lot, and I asked a lot of people. The best thing that you should do is the first 20 times go from top 50 to down, then 5 times from 85 till down, then 3 times from 100 till down, and then 3 times from 120 till down. And it's also a fact that you shouldn't keep pushing on your brake. It's better, like ABS, to push in your brake, let it loose, push in your brake and let it loose. A little bit weird for the people who drives around you, but it's for a better performance and an endurance of your brakes, so what the hell. Some people say that you should brake in your new brake pads and rotors for at least 150 kilometers. Another one says it's 1000. Well, keep the 200 kilometers, the first 200. Make sure that if you can top at 85 or 100, that you don't go over 100, so you don't have to make an emergency stop from like 150 or whatever when you're in your 100 range. So what I also see is that some people, actually quite a lot of people, are doing like 3 emergency brakes when the brakes are fresh. Maybe that's a thing when you go racing and you have to bed in your brakes really quickly. Well, that's a thing that you shouldn't do, because your brakes getting glazy then. So I'm at my 100 range now, going to work. When I go back, it's night, then I'm going to do the 3 times 120 to down. You shouldn't go all the way down, just go from 120 to like 80 kilometers or 90 kilometers an hour. That's good enough. And also between the three times, take your time. Why is that? Because when you did your brake session, your brakes has to cool down a little bit, and then you can start over again. Another thing is, I was trying to clean my rims after I put the brakes on, and I saw some smoke coming off. Don't go wash your car when your brakes are hot. That's a thing everybody knows, but sometimes people forget that. And also when you're at a stoplight, it's not only with bedding in your brakes, but also the normal daily drive from home to work time. Put your car in reverse, don't put the brake on. I have automatic, it's a little bit irritating, but it's better. It's not necessary, the guy from the gearbox said you have to keep it in gear and you should put in your brake. That is something that you could do, and I also do that. It's more like if you drive like 150 or 200 on the highway and you pump your brakes a few times, then they're overheated. Then don't go brake at the stoplight and keep your brake there, because it cannot get the hot air away. So it's not straight anymore after that, and then your steering wheel starts vibrating and stuff. So guys, I have to watch out that I brake good, because it's pretty crowded on the road. Then I have to go to work. This is the way how I do it, and I really believe that's the best way. Of course, you can do like 3, 4 or 5 times. Just keep in mind you have to do it at least 3 times, max 5 times. If you want to do it more times, that's even better, but do it at least that. And also try to bed in your brakes the first 200 kilometers really carefully, and then after that enjoy your performance and the endurance of your brakes. Okay guys, back again. I just finished working. Like you just saw, I had a fault code in the computer. I think my spark plugs need to be replaced. So what I'm going to do now, the last phase, I'm going to stop 3 times from 120 until like 80 or maybe a little bit less. I'm not going to pump the brake. I'm going to push a little bit pressure into the brakes, and I'm going to do that 3 times. And between those braking moments, I'm going to take some time to brake. So then every step, it doesn't mean that the brake actually get it in, but it does mean that if I have to make emergency stop, the brake will work. So I'm driving 120 now. I'm going to brake when I turn over here. Less crowded on the road, so it's a little bit more safe. Don't do anything weird, because I'm not driving over the speed limit or whatever. So the last few brakes. So a 2K brake swap, is it worth it? Well, definitely yes. It's not only that I have brand new discs and new brake pads, but I also did brake swap at the front. So I have a lot of more brake power, and especially the RVS, so the stainless steel brake lines, makes a lot of difference. So the total package, yes, it's quite expensive. You can do it a lot cheaper. I wanted to try the refurbished one on the E36 and the brand new one on the E46. It's a little bit more expensive if you do it new, of course, but the time to do it good if you want to refurbish it, it's quite a lot. So what do you feel with the difference? Like everybody says, you can feel that the spongy effect is gone. So that means you always feel like it's solid brake power. Also when you brake more, you still keep 100% brake power. So that's definitely a plus. The downside is I still have my head cylinder, my brake cylinder. So what does that mean? You have to push in your brake pedal a little bit more deeper, but if you push it like 75%, you can really feel that the bite is a lot stronger than on the standard 320i brakes. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. I'm going to do the 330i big brakes on the rear on the E36 as well. It's a little bit more different, but I'm going to explain that to you guys in a later vlog, so stay tuned guys.